And you filed an attorney of record?
His attorney of record is Nicholas Hale. It should
Okay.
be filed today, and I'm going to bring this evidence with his associate.
Got it. Okay. Morning, Mr. Segundo. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a
6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. That's far from a slap on the wrist. For a first-time DWI, this is serious. And remember, the judge isn't just focused on what happened, but on whether there's enough evidence to move the case forward. Probable cause is the gatekeeper here.
$1,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On December 30th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a possible DWI at North South Houston Tollway in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with a witness who stated he observed the defendant's motor vehicle fail to drive in a single lane, driving on the improved shoulder and striking the right barrier wall. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle change from lanes 2 to 3 without a signaled the lane change from 3 to 2, and then failed to signal a lane change when going back from 3 to 2. The traffic stop was then initiated, and the defendant's motor vehicle pulled over at a high rate of speed, nearly striking the barrier wall. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and the officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, an unstable gait as the defendant walked, and red glassy eyes. The defendant stated he was driving home from being at a party. He had consumed 3 Bud Light beers and 2 vodka mixed drinks 2 hours prior to the traffic stop. The officer admitted—
Hold up, 3 Bud Lights and 2 vodka mixed drinks? And he's saying that with a straight face. That kind of admission can do more damage than the breathalyzer he refused to take.
Standard field sobriety test, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The defendant read the DIC and refused to provide a sample. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Just Segundo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bond. Do you understand, sir? Any private WIs?
No, Your Honor. And license eligible.
Okay. As long as you have a valid Texas driver license and a liability insurance, you can continue to drive. Just be careful. It may become suspended. If it does, you can't drive. You've got a lawyer. Because you do, I'll waive your appearance, but you got to stay in touch with them. They'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you, I will revoke the bond. So just stay in contact. Don't pick up any new cases and don't use questions. All right, man. Good luck.
Did you catch that? The judge just issued a clear warning. Break the rules, drink, use drugs, or miss court, and you're going straight to jail. No more free passes. That's a legal leash now, and it's pulled tight.
Come up, Mr. Ayala. Good morning, sir. Do you have a lawyer today? What are you doing about that?
Can't afford a lawyer.
Did you even look for a lawyer?
Yeah, I talked to somebody and I was trying to come up with the money.
How many lawyers did you talk to?
Like 3 of them.
That may not be enough. Sometimes you got to look 10, 15. You know, what do you do for a living?
Paper.
How much money do you make a month, did you say? How much?
500 a week.
I'll have you fill out an application. Let me take a look at how much money you make, and then I'll see whether you qualify. But I'm telling you now, you got to meet the federal poverty guideline, and I don't know if you do. So I need to know everything about you. Be honest, because it's an affidavit that you're filling out.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind giving an affidavit? It should be right there, please.
All right, Judge, the next is page—
Oh, hold on, Vic. Let me just talk to him real quick. Yeah, of course. Come on. Good morning, Ms. Johnson. Do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that. You need a lawyer, 100%. You may have had one for magistration, meaning when you first were arrested, but that doesn't carry with you to the end. What do you do for a living, man? What kind of money do you make a month? Or let's do this. I'll have you fill out an application. I'll see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have coming in, how much money you have going out, how many kids you have, and then I'll see whether you qualify, okay? So let's start. I don't remember anything about the case, so if you don't mind me reading what happened, please.
So for this case, the officer was dispatched to a disturbance in Harris County, Texas, where the complainant and the witness stated the defendant had been texting and posting on Instagram about wanting to fight the complainant. The complainant and the defendant were inside an apartment when the fight began. The witness stated she observed the defendant to have a small, sharp blade in between her knuckles when hitting the complainant. The defendant punched the complainant in the face, causing lacerations and pain, and the defendant told officers that the complainant believed that the defendant was with the complainant's ex-boyfriend, which is what started the fight.
Ah, and there it is, the messy motive. A suspected love triangle, some Instagram-fueled drama, and a blade hidden between the knuckles. This wasn't just a simple fistfight. It's starting to look like a potential felony-level assault fueled by jealousy and emotion.
Fight and there's a blade and just...
We are going to get this case re-indicted most likely because she was also pregnant at the time.
Yes, Judge.
And,
Okay, what do you want?
I'm just requesting that for the time being, the bond conditions be amended to no contact with her mother, Crystal Williams, due to the complainant notifying me that she has been going near the mother's residence and also threatening her mother.
Who's the complaining witness in this case?
The complainant is Demiracle Williams, Judge.
Okay. And does she live with mom?
She does not live with mom. They live at different residences.
Because I really don't know if I can, you know what I mean?
I understand.
So have her call the cops
Okay.
if she's in fear, you know, if she has anything of this nature, but I can't, on the complaining witness, okay, but on just an average other person, I don't think I can, you know?
Understood.
But like I said, if she's ever in fear, if she has any issues, tell her to call, 911, call the cops, and then they can take it further from there.
Thank you, Judge.
Be careful. I'm going to protect my community at all costs, Ms. Johnson. Do you understand? All costs. Take a seat for me. What conditions do we have now? Just no contact with the complaining witness?
So as of now, we have,
No contact, no firearms. Judge.
No, try the rip again. See if there have been any further, issues and who do they live with? So,
Yes, Judge.
but, all right, Vic, you ready?
No.
Shanika Smith, come up. I'm printing this out for you.
Judge. I did speak to Wilvin Carter, and he advised that he had spoken to Ms. Smith as well regarding the possibility of this being the result. He and I spoke to her again just a moment ago. We were out there on call, and at this time, Judge, Ms. Smith, we were going to have her speak on her own behalf, Judge. So I think it's important for her to take ownership for what this report shows.
I don't care. I'm putting an ankle monitor on you now. If you ever test positive for alcohol again, I'm going to put you in jail. That's it. No means no. Doesn't mean it's the holidays. Doesn't mean I have a birthday. A court order is a court order. And when you don't follow court orders, there's only one place that we have you go. There's no tolerance anymore. And I don't care what you come up here and say, whether it's mouthwash, a tequila lollipop, hair dye. I don't care. And I don't care who you're with. A second violation. Do you understand? Today, you will get an ankle monitor, and I'm going to tell you now, it's extremely finicky, so best beware of anything that you put in your body. Okay, no more. That's it. Okay. As far as the other, I don't know. What I would suggest is, email if you can now, Brenda Gomez, and see how we handle it, because I don't know. All I know is that this case is nearly 200 days old, and now we have violations, and I'm ready to put this thing to bed. I'm not going to hold it anymore.
Yes,
So,
Judge. Understood.
I'll give you guys to the end of the week, figure out what we need to do.
Okay.
But you're walking a very, very thin line. Do you understand? All right, so Felicia, if we can amend it to put it on today, please. Yes, ma'am. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. Fleischer.
All you guys have picked up criminal cases, and you all have worked out agreements with the state and with defense to end up pleading guilty to these cases. You are Mr. Webb. Mr. Webb, you stand charged with the offense of criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Mr. Rubio, you stand charged with the offense of criminal trespass as well. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And Mr. Gerard, you picked up a number of cases while you have been on bond. However, it looks like you have worked out an agreement. You have a total of 4 cases, and it looks like they are going to dismiss 3 of them in exchange for your plea on one of them, which is the theft, where you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You now have at least 2 on your record. So what happens on the next one?
Felony.
Right. Instead of days, you were looking at years. So no matter a pack of gum, pack of smokes, you could be looking at years in jail. Do you understand? All of you are giving up valuable rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you cannot take it off ever again. Is this what you guys want to do?
Yes, sir.
Is this what you want to do, Mr. Rubio?
Answer out loud.
Yes, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to do this? Yes or no?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't do. Yes.
Do you know what's going on now?
Yeah. Not really.
You were charged with a criminal offense. You've worked out a plea bargain agreement that you want to plead guilty to a criminal trespass. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We can do something else. If you need more help, we can give you time to get any kind of help that you need.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Mr. Rubio?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never been here before.
Okay, so let's give you a second. I'll have you talk to Lori. You guys can work out what you guys want to do.
Okay.
If you need more time, that's okay. Mr. Webb, is this what you want to do as well?
Yeah.
So-
No, I'm gonna, so, I mean, plead guilty.
Plead guilty.
Yeah, so they've offered you 32 days in jail. We'll give you credit for the 32 days that you've done. So basically, it's a wash. You get out today, but understand from now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail.
Right.
How do you plead to the offense of criminal trespass, sir?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty and I'm going to send it to you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Gerard, you've worked out an agreement. It's 5 days in jail, credit for the 5 that you've done. How do you plead to the offense, sir?
I plead guilty, sir.
Sir, I'll find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. If it's enhanced, it'll be abandoned. Mr. Rubio, if you want more time, we'll give you more time. You can come back and let us know what you want to do. Okay?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, go ahead. This report.
Careful, man.
Mr. Gerard, can you please go?
Come on.
Good.
No, I'm not. That way it's easier for them.
Okay.
Morning, Mr. Reyes.
Good morning.
Mr. Reyes, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail. Credit for the 1 day that you have served. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any cases like this that you pick up. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist because you now will be facing a minimum of 90 days. You get pulled over. The only thing an officer is looking at is your prior criminal history. If they see that you have a prior DWI, they come up to your car and you smell like alcohol. What do you think they're going to do?
Arrest me.
Right. I would never, even if you've had a drop of alcohol, get into a car because you're taking a humongous risk. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record and you can never take it off. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes,
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
I'll find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Tell me about him, Robert.
Judge, he's a chef in a restaurant. He makes between $500 to $550 a week. His wife does not work, stays at home with the kids. 5 kids, 17, 15, 2 twins, 15 years old apiece, 3 and 5 years old.
I'm asking you these questions because there is a $4,500 surcharge that you have to pay when you pick up a DWI and you plead to it with a breath test of this magnitude. Your lawyer is asking me to waive that fee I will reluctantly do this, but I'm going to tell you now, you come back with another DWI, it is a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs of around another $500. So you pick up another DWI. Not only are you facing 90 days in jail, but another $65,000 to $7,000 in fines and fees. Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't come back, or there's going to be you know what to pay. Good luck. Thank you.
Judge, good morning. Happy New
Hi,
Year.
Mr. Newley. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine.
See,
We have to play him out on the 12 months deferred.
shh. What's
12 months deferred.
what's the name?
His name is Mr. Arias, Arias Rangel.
Good morning, Mr. Arias Rangel. Sir, you were charged with theft. You were facing up to 6 months of jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 12-month deferred. That is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you cannot tell people it was dismissed. It was not dismissed. Shh. You merely took a probation and completed it successfully, and you don't end up with a conviction. Do you understand?
Yes.
You also need to understand that you give up many valuable rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty and once you accept this probation agreement, you were stuck with this until you complete it successfully, or if you get revoked. Now, I told you that the great thing about this probation is that if you complete it, you don't end up with a conviction, but you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement. If you violate this agreement, I can put you in jail for up to 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you pick up a new case, if you don't do any classes on time, if you do not do your community service, we will issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, bring you back out, and if they prove to me that you violated